Hi all, it's Michelle from Seams Like Quilting, and today we're going to talk about how we put fabrics and patterns together, like how we decide what goes together for our shop samples. This has been requested several times, and I finally have the right setup to kind of show you guys something that I'm just at the beginning of making. So we're actually going to be making this quilt. This is a free pattern from the Tilda USA website, tildasworld.com. And this pattern, maybe it's easier to see, yeah, like this. This pattern uses all of the fabrics from the Sanctuary collection, of which we only got the cold colorway in the shop. But it uses all the fabrics from the cold colorway of the Sanctuary collection, plus a few of the blenders, which we did not get. So if I were to want to do this just as it is on this website, we don't have all of the fabrics to do it. So I'm actually going to open up and show you what we picked to kind of go with and why we kind of went with the vibe that we went. If you look at the pattern there, you can see that it's a very scrappy pattern. All of the pieces are patterned, except for, if you can see, they're little houses. Some are wider and some are narrower, but they're all little houses. And the pattern has it so that the only piece of fabric, or the only thing that's a plain fabric, it's actually a chambray, but the only thing that's a plain fabric is the roofs of the houses. Everything else is a patterned fabric. Well, we actually looked at that and thought that it was a little busy. I think it can work really well in a scrappy way, but when the colors are so complementary, meaning, and by that I mean, you know, purple, green, blue, kind of all are next to each other on the color wheel. When the colors are so complementary, to me, you lose the pattern when you have so much pattern in the background and the foreground. So we decided to move forward with using a free pattern, in part to help control the cost of the kit. Tilda's fabric is sold at what's called manufacturer's MAP. I don't remember what it stands for, but manufacturer's something pricing, and everybody's required to sell it for basically the same price. They can put it on sale. As retailers, we're barred from putting it on sale until like a certain time frame. It's been out for a certain time frame, or another, like the next fabric line comes out or something like that. I don't remember all of the rules, but it's sold at a different price, and it's a higher price just because of the way it's manufactured and distributed. There's kind of some more hands in the pot, so it's a higher price per yard fabric. And so because of that, when we make a kit primarily out of Tilda's fabric, we try to use patterns that are less expensive, and in this case, it's a free pattern off of the Tilda's World website. However, we still want to kind of make it our own, right? So I have here the fabric that the shop sent me, and I'm super excited about it to show you. So again, all of the roofs are these complementary colors, and all of the pattern, all of the prints in the pattern are like the foreground and the background is all. So the first change we made is we have a completely different contrasting background. So all of the background pieces, which are kind of every other piece here, that don't have these little triangles on top of them, if you're looking at this from a distance, all those other pieces are going to be one plain background color. But we didn't want to just go with a solid, because that would be weird with the chambray or the solids on the roofs. So instead what we did was we went this beautiful woven diamond textiles fabric in this beautiful navy color that complements and kind of adds a depth to the rest of the fabrics, but it also has this like shape in it that's very reminiscent of the overall pattern. So we chose this really specifically for the background, and I think it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to set that here. And then we have the different prints that are going to make up the bodies of these houses. So these are the Tilda's Sanctuary in the cool colorway that are going to make up the backs or the bodies of these houses. So you can see kind of the beautiful purples and greens and blues and this pink, right? And because the prints are all really, really small, this is why we thought making the background another print would actually make it kind of busy looking. So we changed that. But other than that, we kept the whole collection together. Now we do tend to do that with our choices. We wouldn't necessarily maybe only use a collection, but we'll use all of what we got in a collection or most of what we got in a collection, and then add in some additional things rather than picking and choosing. When we first opened, we kind of did the pick and choose thing, and it didn't go as well, and we ended up selling through collections really unevenly. And so we've changed how we do that at the shop now. And so now we're choosing kind of all of the things in the collection that come together, and then we're just adding in and adjusting from there. The other thing that you'll notice is that in our sample here, all of the chambrays are the solid colors at the top. All of these little roof colors, they're all purple. There are 4 different shades of purple, but they're all purple. And we didn't really like that. Again, you know, we wanted to give it a little bit more variety, and we wanted it to keep the scrappy look, but we wanted to give it a little bit more color variety. So we're using 4 different chambrays for the roof colors. So we are using this beautiful, I think this is eggplant. Yeah, is it? Hold on. I don't remember. Yes, eggplant. So we are using that purple, but then we're also using this really beautiful coral color that picks up this pink right in here. And then we are using, oh, I'm supposed to get 4 and she gave me 5. I wonder if that's because I can decide. Okay, so then we're using this pine. So again, we're picking up the greens in here. And then we're going to use this, I think this is warm yellow. Yeah, this warm yellow. So you can see the difference in these. And then it looks like I get to pick. This is the mustard chambray. Ooh, I might like that better. I think I like that better than the yellow. I think that's why Mom included it. I think she liked it better, and she was like, I think I'll give her this. So this picks up kind of this brown in these trees. Yeah, I like that. I like that vibe better. So so that's how we choose, right? Like, it's just like how you do it at home. So we're gonna lay everything out. We're gonna look at it all together, and we're gonna make decisions based on what we see. So we chose a pattern that was made for the fabrics that we got. That is unusual. Usually we choose the fabrics and then we choose a pattern that fits the fabrics. But in this case, we chose a pattern that works with the fabrics that we got, but we adjusted it to be more in keeping with how we wanted or how we saw the collection playing out in our mind, with a solid textured background fabric and then different colors, bringing out the different colors of the collection rather than having it all so complementary. And so I think this is going to be an absolute winner. I'm really excited about this. But as we move forward and we're making these choices, there's other ways of kind of thinking about a pattern like this, or fabrics like this. If we're looking at fabrics that have really big prints, we're not going to make choose a pattern that has these smaller cuts to it. We're going to choose a pattern that has larger cuts, larger blocks, so that we can really see and show off the big prints. But when we have these smaller prints like this, our whole goal is to show those off. So by changing out this background to being a solid and a dark color, and by changing out these roofs to be these different colors that pull colors out of the fabrics, what we're doing is basically saying, okay, really focus on the fabric that we carry, this beautiful Tilda Sanctuary collection that we're so excited to have. And that's how we choose. You know, it's not rocket science. A lot of it's gut feel. Sometimes we make choices, then you all don't really like them in the end. And those kits don't sell very well. But we're learning more about what you like. And we are, you know, working hard to make the kits work for you. And so that's what we're working on. It is the Monday before Thanksgiving, and I'm supposed to have this with me when I go to the shop on Thanksgiving. So I better get started.